You got the reaction of our guest in the studio saying that have organized labor considered the sector, talking about the informal sector, who make up 80% of our economy, how it is that this strike is going to affect them at the end of the day? Tommy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Right. I want to get your reaction to some of the statements made in the studio here, especially with regards to the fact that 80% of those who make up the economy, talking about the informal sector, were they put into consideration with regards to this strike, how it is that they look forward to the daily income they make to survive?
Thank you very much. Let me commend the first speaker. He's been very objective.
Right.
I want to say that the strike is not all about federal workers. That is the impression I need to correct. It's about all. It's about Nigeria. Because like the informal economy you are talking about, informal economy thrive when, you know, the workers have the purchasing power, you know, to inject into the informal economy. And we have also made mention of the small and medium scale, which Mr. President has graciously announced what will be injected into the informal economy. And we've also talked about the manufacturing industry, which Mr. President has also graciously come up with a palliative that will caution. But what we are talking about is releasing this to the informal economy, releasing this to the manufacturing industry, and also meeting up with it. What makes me mention the federal workers is that among the palliatives so far pronounced, there's no pronouncement to that effect as it affects the federal workers, which me and you will agree to that. I want to agree to the fact that the major is when you have transportation, whether you are operating from the informal economy or the formal economy, you need transportation. You need the buses to go to the place. You need this vehicle to take you to even buy the goods. And if the prices of these vehicles are high, the goods and services also going to be high. You know, these are issues we are looking at. I agreed into that, you know, it's not all about how much do you have, but then for the workers, there's need for us to have the wage award. It's not a rocket science. These are reality, because if you look at what is happening in the economy today, like I said, except somebody is from another clime, we are also working to help the government. Like I said, because a lot of people will say, what is the union doing? You must also appreciate what we are going through, you know, collectively, the TUC and the NLC. You must appreciate what we are going through on daily. If you say the strike is not, we have been patient with the government. Since June till now, warning strike, we've been patient. And we have also given a condition, you know, let these things be made available. For my brother that talks about the palliative to the state, yes, we have our members in, and we've also asked them to send reports state by state. At appropriate time, all those ones will be made public. Don't also forget that it is in embassies, because some states may want to tie it to political consideration. Whereas the good intention of Mr. President is that this palliative to the states, even the food and the grains that were released to the states are not on the party settlement. But you see, a lot of what will play out in the state. That is why we've mandated our members to give us blow by blow accounts, state by state, that at appropriate time we will also roll it out. So there's no point saying that strike is not, well, it is our right. And it is a consideration we have put in place, you know, taking every other aspect of the economy into consideration. The only way, if that is what the government will listen to, why not? Since June till now, we've been crying, release this, release it. Don't also forget, Mr. President told us in August that they have saved over 1 trillion naira from the removal in 2 months. Then if you times it till now, you know how many trillion they have saved. So why are you saving this money? I thought it is when the economy is healthy, the people are healthy, that is where you will now boast that, yes, that you have led the people well. So that is what we are saying. We are not coming to castigate the government negatively. No, we are working in pari passu with the government, but we need the right things to be done. And that is why we are drumming to the ear of government, let the right thing be done.
But there are some who would say that some of the things that you are demanding that government should do in the immediate are some things that will take time, like the CNG buses that he mentioned will take some time. It's not something that can be done within the period that you've been engaging government as it is. That is why there are questions as to, isn't it better for the organized labor to give government perhaps some more time and make some of the suggestions that we have heard from the studio? Is this really about the workers, or is the organized labor just trying to harass government at the end of the day? Because the question also is, how far will you go with this strike? If the government decides to have a conversation with organized labor, as we have often seen over the years before the due date, is there the possibility that organized labor will call off the strike despite not putting in place some of these demands that you are making?
Let me say this, if government want the CNG buses to come out by next week, it will be available. Don't forget you are talking about government here. Don't forget you are talking about someone that control the resources with enormous strength. It's not, you see, these are issues because we are looking at it from procurement point of view. Government can give a waiver and get what they want to get. And this is what we are talking about. And if you now say government is going to meet with labor, all what we need is get our demand considered. There's a strategic way of engaging even the workers in this case. As you are talking, there's a lot of apprehensions among the workers, among even the informal economy. And like I said, even today, you get into the market, you find out when you price an item, the first thing they'll tell you, do you know how much I pay to bring these products to this market? If this produce is, if the transportation is even put in consideration, I can tell you the price of items, food items in the market will crash because it is the cost of transportation that determines, when you put the marginal cost together, that is what determines the cost you will get in the market. So we are also protecting this informal economy. My brother did say that the organized private sector have come up to get this. Of course, what do you expect from them? But you see, I can tell you for free that what labor is doing at this moment is also taking into consideration the entire economy, whether private, public, or the informal. We are taking into consideration because it is indeed an ill wind that blow nobody any good. We all have those who are not working. We have, and when you put into consideration the African culture and a big brother aspect of it, you find out that a worker is responsible to over 10 people in the family, no matter the.
Tell me, as soon as you can, please would like for you to, that thought I'd like for you to, just wrap it up so we understand the direction you were going. Yes.